Alright, so I wanted to do a video on the guild boss. Well, my original plan was to do it to be like, hey, this is my first attempt, let's get at it. And now it's kind of switched up to the point where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief. I don't know about this one, Chief. So I've already done my 2 runs. I didn't really try and get a better run. I just kind of ran with it. I'm kind of stuck on time right now. I'm trying to get some videos recorded and whatnot. But tomorrow we'll see if I can score high. But either way, what I wanted to get at is I just kind of wanted to get the initial feel for this fight. And first things first, I kind of predicted it to say that, you know, you're 10 hunters approaching a dragon, and when everyone activates their effects and skills, etc., the lag is insane. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't trust solo leveling Arise one bit with all the issues they've had previously and still having currently right now. I just knew things weren't going to be optimized quite nicely, and lo and behold, yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. So that is something that I am not a fan of. Now, another thing which I feel like they could have done a lot better, because at the end of the day, you're asking your player base, or the players of solo leveling Rise, to prepare 9 characters. Do you have any idea on how difficult it is to work on one character, as well as how costly it is? So for them to be like, hey, use Sun Jin Woo and 9 other characters on your account, no? Like, the average Joe is going to be struggling here, because, I mean, there's no way in God's green earth they'll have 9 characters at the ready with all their gears and whatnot, right? Because, again, gears are extremely costly, right? We've been saying this from the very beginning. So that is something that I feel like they kind of lost us on. I did make a prediction to say, oh, 9 hunters, great, that means our guild members can donate characters for us to use. Since we're controlling Sun Jin Woo, maybe our guild members can be like, here's my Alicia that you can use, she's cracked, right? That's what they should have done. Like, I get it, solo leveling Rise right now, you're keeping with the PvE content, so it has to stay solely solo play. But why not make it so that we, the guild members, can help each other by giving each other characters to use? Because again, the average player ain't gonna have 9 characters at the ready, like juiced up, geared up, ready to rock and roll, kick ass, and whatnot. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm not sure why they didn't decide to do the whole guild sharing. I mean, that would have been a lot more better. I think a lot of people would have. And again, it's also giving those that are not being able to have 9 characters at the ready on their account that involvement to be like they're kind of pulling their, well, them kind of feeling like they're pulling their weight back, kind of, you know, using other hunters, of course, and not feeling like crap. But that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Because you don't want to let your guild down, you don't want to be the oddball out. So that's what I've got a little bit of a pet peeve with right now with this fight. That, and there's too much happening. 9 hunters, I feel like this is highly unnecessary. I mean, don't get me wrong, the concept is cool, but I'm seeing it and I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, what is going on right now? Like, I get it, it's basically do a lot of damage and get his rage bar going, because obviously the more he rages, the difficulty he gets, the more he goes up, and then that accumulates more for you in the long run, of course. So I get it, I understand, you know, what's being cooked up here, and I feel like on paper it's sounding great, but I'm seeing it right now and I'm just like, what on God's green earth am I witnessing here? Like, I would much rather it be, again, like the you know, Power of Destruction version 2. Give me Sun Jin Woo, 3 other characters, run it. I would literally would prefer, I don't know, that's a personal take on mine, to be fair. I know some people might want to, but I know some people might prefer this, which is, you know, fair enough. I respect that. Now, ultimately, this is what they should have done. I would have much preferred the guild content to be released at a later time. Reason being, I think the introduction for co-op should have been with the guild, because they even stated that with solo leveling Arise, they didn't want to rush the guild side of things because they wanted to make it special, because it's a big deal within the IP with the solo leveling universe, of course, right? The whole guild faction side of things, of course, and the developers openly stated saying that it's very important to us and that we don't want to just kind of rush it and throw it in. And if that is the case, would you not want to make it so that it's the first ever introduction in a big way for co-op, where you, 9 other guild members, go on in a raid, you can't pick the same character, and yeah, go against this dragon. Would that not have been a better option if you want to take this whole concept, right? Because again, it's going to be less costly on the players in general, so that way they don't need to kind of keep on. Well, obviously the 9 hunter pressure is kind of completely alleviated, of course. So that would have been great. But I would have much preferred that, to be honest. Give me guild maybe during the first year anniversary. Like, I'm not even kidding you when I say that. If I don't care how long it's going to take them to figure it out, but that would have been an amazing route to take if they decided to go down that route. And obviously, with the guild situation about people initially hearing it being like, oh, wait, and guild being released yet, at that point they could have just said, yeah, we want to release co-op with guild. That would have been an amazing pair. So that's just kind of like how I'm feeling about everything. Like the guild overall itself, I mean, I don't mind. It's somewhat decent, you know, it gives you stuff to do. Like overall with this boss fight, I'm not hating on it to the point where I'm completely displeased. Like I don't mind it. I'm just saying that there's other ways they could have gone about it to actually make it more fairer and I guess overall more enjoyable for everyone as a whole. Because I feel like some people are slightly displeased, especially with the 9 hunter situation, of course. But yeah, I mean, like I do like the power of destruction with the concept where, you know, you beat the dragon, you do as much damage as you can. I'm all for this. This is my type of game mode that I actually thoroughly like to enjoy. If I had the time set aside, I would love to just keep running and try and figure out what's the best way possible to do damage. But either way, I do like the concept. It's fun. It's something up my alley. But there are just certain things where I'm just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. But there's just so much happening, and you can easily get lost. So yeah, but hey, look, at the end of the day, that's just kind of like my thoughts on things. I mean, it's here now, so we're gonna have to rock with it. But if the developers do want to figure out a concept to where we can donate characters for our other guild members to use, I think that will go a long way for this specific mode itself. At the very least, I do hope they look into something like that to furthermore improve this mode. Like the mode itself is fine, like don't get me wrong. Like, for me personally, with my account, I'm cool with it, but I think as an overall, if they want to look into what I've just specified about others offering their hunters to alleviate that pressure on other guild members, then I think, yeah, that would be pretty solid. But yeah, just try your best, boys. That's all I can say. Just try your best.
Vanish into the shadow of the moon!